Pakistan has learned its lesson. We had 3 wars with India, 3. And the consequence of those wars, as a result, it only brought more miseries,
to the
unemployment,
2 nations.
poverty, and millions were demoted from their level of satisfaction to a low level of satisfaction. We have learnt our lesson, and we want to live in peace with India, provided we are able to resolve our genuine problems.
Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif made this startling admission during an interview given to the Al Arabiya news channel. In the interview, which took place during his recent visit to the United Arab Emirates, Sharif also said that he had sought Emirati President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan's intervention in facilitating talks with India. He asserted that Pakistan had learnt its lessons and was ready for sincere talks with India.
So, my message to the Indian leadership and Prime Minister Modi is that let's sit down on the table and have serious and sincere talks to resolve our burning issues like Kashmir.
Sharif also made a direct appeal to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, asking him to come to the table for talks. The interview was telecast by Pakistan's state-run TV. But just hours later, Sharif's office issued a statement saying that any dialogue with New Delhi is not possible till it takes back its August 2019 decision of revoking the special status given to Jammu and Kashmir. On the 5th of August 2019, the Indian government had revoked the special status or autonomy given under Article 370 of the Constitution to Jammu and Kashmir, and the state was bifurcated into 2 union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Sharif met UAE President Al Nahyan on the 12th of January in Abu Dhabi during a 2-day visit, which was focused on promoting UAE-Pakistan economic ties. Despite Sharif's emphasis on Kashmir, which Pakistan considers to be its principal dispute with India and a crucial part of any dialogue with the latter, the word Kashmir itself was conspicuously absent from the UAE-Pakistan joint statement issued at the end of his visit. The growing warmth in India-UAE ties, as evidenced by the India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement that entered into force in May 2022, may be the reason behind Sharif's belief that the leadership of the United Arab Emirates can facilitate talks with India. Sharif's statement comes at a time when Pakistan is facing a multidimensional crisis. There is ongoing political instability brought on by the tussle between former Pakistani PM Imran Khan and the Sharif government. Pakistan's economy is also teetering on collapse, with inflation at decades-high levels and the Pakistani rupee plummeting. Islamabad's list of economic woes is lengthy to say the least, from a significant shortage of energy to its foreign exchange reserves standing at dangerously low levels. In fact, its reserves cannot cover even 1 month of average imports. Meanwhile, increasing food and fuel prices have led to a cost of living crisis. The floods of 2022, which destroyed critical infrastructure and left millions displaced, have sent Pakistan's already faltering economy into a tailspin. Pakistan had entered a $6 billion IMF program in 2019. The program amount was increased to $7 billion in 2022. But its 9th review had been put off due to the Pakistani government's unwillingness to accept certain conditions placed by the IMF. The disagreements between the fund and Islamabad have not been resolved yet. Pakistan needs to complete the delayed 9th review for the release of $1.18 billion. Meanwhile, Islamabad has also reached out to friendly nations for financial assistance, with some success. Overall, while it may have averted a sovereign default for now, Pakistan's challenges are significant. The Pakistani establishment's ties with the Taliban government in Afghanistan have also come under pressure amid violent clashes at the border. There has also been a spurt in terrorist attacks in the border region of Pakistan, which experts believe are being carried out by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. According to Pakistan's media, the TTP executed over 100 attacks in 2022. Amid these mounting troubles, Sharif, and perhaps even the real center of power in Pakistan, its armed forces, may have good reason to seek talks with India. But how should India react given its past experiences? After all, the Kargil War of 1999 followed close on the heels of the then Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's visit to Pakistan.
India should not react at all because it is a non-offer, it's a non-starter. It is typical Pakistani speak, as far as I'm concerned, with the fork tongue and trying to be clever by the half. I don't know whether Pakistan has learned any lessons, as the Prime Minister claims, but India has certainly learned a lesson that Pakistan is a dysfunctional state and it's very difficult for them to mend its ways. Prime Minister Sharif, he's skating on thin ice. He's not an elected Prime Minister, but a selected Prime Minister. Imran Khan is snapping on his heels. The army, he's at the army's sufferance. The economy is in a free fall. Now look at the so-called offer. It is not meant for India. It is just meant for the Arab world and the international community. It will take a lot more than just words for India to understand that Pakistan means business.
After the remarks made by Shahbaz Sharif, there has been a clarification issued by the Prime Minister's office that dialogue can only follow the reversal of the decision taken for changing the status of Jammu and Kashmir. So if that conditionality has now been introduced again, then what are the prospects for a dialogue? I mean, how do we respond? Because it would really seem that there is a conditional offer. I cannot see that the government of India is going to be ready to discuss the reversal of the change in the status of Jammu and Kashmir.
If talks are not an option for India at the moment, then the key question that remains is how New Delhi should manage its relationship with Islamabad going ahead.
I would suspect that what has already been happening over the last couple of years, which is some kind of, if not back-channel talks, at least some engagement between the national security establishments of the two countries to essentially ensure that a degree of peace and tranquility is maintained on the borders. And that has been achieved. So I think the stalemate which we are in today will probably continue. Let me conclude by saying I cannot see India being able to play a major regional role or a global role without having a very sound South Asia policy. And that South Asia policy cannot exclude Pakistan. So even though it is very complex, it is very difficult. But yes, I think we should try to find a way of remaining engaged with Pakistan. Also keep open the door for Pakistan to once again join us together in following some kind of a regional integration policy for the subcontinent.
At present, relations with Pakistan are reasonably stable, but at a very low plateau indeed. You do not have high commissioners in place. There is no trade, and there's virtually a freeze on people moving from one country to the other, and virtually non-existent cultural relations. So only the bare bones of a diplomatic relationship exists. Can something be done about this quickly? Perhaps not, because there is an internal churn in Pakistan, and there's no clear direction or no clear estimation can be made of what trajectory Pakistan will follow. India-Pakistan relations have never followed a linear pattern. They are highly susceptible to political initiatives. Perhaps in the medium term, once there is greater political clarity in Pakistan, you may see other steps being taken.
There seems to be little incentive for the government in India to engage in talks with Pakistan in the immediate future, especially with the Lok Sabha elections due in 2024. However, with South Asia being one of the least integrated regions of the world and intra-regional trade accounting for around 5% of the total trade of its countries, greater engagement between India and Pakistan may prove to be crucial for the region's long-term prosperity.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.